Hi everyone, and my name is Nick Jurid, and in this video I'd like to tell you how to solve word problems using the quadratic equations. So I'll show you two examples of solving word problems with the use of quadratic equations. The first example is here. So the length of rectangle is 5 centimeters more than its width, and the area is 50 centimeters squared. Find the dimensions of the rectangle and its perimeter. So there is one very easy method to help you solve word problems called LEST. So it consists of let statement, equation, solve the equation, and therefore statement. So we start with the let equation. Let the x equal width So we have that that length is 5 centimeters more, so we write that the length equals x plus 5 because it's 5 centimeters more. After it, we need to sketch and label the diagram. So we have a rectangle. We have width is x and length is x plus 5. So now we can make the equation, and the equation for area is one side multiplied by the other side. So it looks like this. So we have one side that is x and the other side that is x plus 5, and all it equals 50, as we have for the area. Now after we made the equation, we can solve it now. So I multiply x by x and x by 5, so it will be x squared plus 5x equals 50. Then I put 50 on the other side to make the equation I could solve. So it will look like x squared plus 5x minus 50, because we put it on another side, equals 0. So now, using the factor it method, I can solve it, and I use the factor method because the numbers are really easy and it will be very fast to solve. So I have x plus 10 and x minus 5. All it equals 0 again. After I have x plus 10 equals 0, and therefore x is minus 10. Then x minus 5 equals 0, and the x is 5. After it, we can say that the length and width can be negative, so we choose the positive answer, which is x equals 5. After we've done everything, we need to write therefore statement. If you don't have the answer, which is therefore statement, you will lose the half of the mark. So many people write therefore, but some of them just put 3 dots as therefore sign. So we write that the width is 5 centimeters, the length is 10 centimeters, and its perimeter is 30 centimeters. So yeah guys, this is the first example how to solve the word problem with the quadratic equations. Yeah, you have like 4 steps: the L, let statement, then E, create the equation here, then solve the equation, which is S, and therefore statement, which is T. So this method is called L is T method. So let's move to another example. Second example, we have the shorter side of a right angle triangle is 6 centimeters shorter than its hypotenuse, and the difference in length between two other sides is 3 centimeters. So we need to find the dimensions of the triangle. Again, in this example I will use the LEST method to solve this problem. For me it's very useful. I don't know how you find it, but it's really useful. So again, we start with the let statement. So let the x equal the bigger side. Let's take x as the bigger side. Bigger side or leg of the triangle. So we have the first one. So x minus 3 is shorter leg, because the difference between them is 3 centimeters. So we have x that is bigger minus 3, it will be like shorter leg. And x plus 3 is a hypotenuse. We have everything now to create a good diagram. So let's start to draw a diagram. We have a right angle triangle. Good triangle. So hypotenuse is x plus 3, shorter side is x minus 3, and bigger side is x. So we labeled the diagram, and now we can make a good equation for our word problem. So in this triangle we can use the Pythagoras theorem to make the equation, and the Pythagoras theorem says that the sum of squares between one leg and another equals the square of hypotenuse. So we have the square of shorter leg, x minus 3 squared, plus square of bigger leg equals square of hypotenuse. Now, after we made the equation, we can solve it. So I open the brackets, and it's x squared minus 6x plus 9 plus x squared equals x squared plus 6x plus 9. So x squared plus x squared equals 2x squared, and then after I put x on another side it will be negative, so 2x squared minus x squared equals x squared, 1x squared. So now if I put 9 on other side it will be negative 9, so 9 minus 9 is 0, and if I put 6x on the other side it will be negative 6x, so minus 6x minus 6x equals minus 12x, which is equals 0, because I need to put everything on the one side. So now I can't factor it, but I can find a common factor, which is x, and we have x minus 12 equals 0. So the x equals 0 and the x minus 12 equals 0, so x equals 12. Since the length can be 0, we have the answer, which is x equals 12. So again, we've done everything, and now we need to conclude it, to have a conclusion with our therefore statement. Again, I will write it but you can use 3 dots sign, not to write therefore. So the bigger leg is 12 centimeters, the shorter leg is 9 centimeters, and the hypotenuse of the triangle is 15 centimeters. So again, guys, this is pretty easy examples, but they show you how you need to use LEST method and like quadratic equations to solve these problems. I highly recommend you to use LEST method, because it will show you all the steps you need to do, and you won't make any mistake if you do the LEST method right. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned an important part of being a good problem solver.